Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air.
Good morning, everybody. Hopefully, you guys had a great Thursday. I'm having some technical difficulties right now, but I I think we'll be able to start moving forward here shortly. Basically, half of the chat didn't load for some reason. All of my widgets, as they're called, are not functioning properly, and the software that I'm using called Streamlabs has decided I don't want to work today. So I don't get it. Looks like it's going to be basic information. So to fill out that chat, everybody check in, and I can go to the raw chat here real quickly. It looks like Rose, you are first. Burr, she's cold. West Virginia Pappy. Number 2, Bullseye Ben, you are deterred. We got Mike. Creative Redundancy, Catitude, Cool Coat, Light Raider. Where are we at here? Lazy's in the house. Pamlico Prepper. Bradley's not in a meeting. That's great. Maynard Watkins. Hello, my friend. I don't recognize you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And we got Pastor of Reality. So it looks like the room is filling up nicely. We're going to give it a few minutes before we get too deep into this. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the live stream from last night where the girlfriend made a debut appearance, kind of hung out for a little while. She seemed to enjoy that. We'll probably be doing more of that. I think you guys like that. Looks like Ian's here. I'm going to see if my chat page is going to work. One second. Let's see. All right. Yeah, it looks like the chat is starting to work. I normally have the chat inside of inside of my OBS software, but it has decided to like do its own thing. It's not making a lot of sense. I'm gonna close that. Maybe I can, I don't know. I've once again broken something that I have to try and fix later. Probably just have to hit the mighty reset button is all I'll probably need to do. Looks like Debbie's in the house. Shadow Cat, good morning. Good morning. Good to see you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you are new. Our cat is running around here. I just saw her a second ago. What you doing? Come here. Now you're gonna be a cat and ignore me, right? Come here. People want to see you. There you are. Here. Purple Cat is alive and well. She is doing just fine for everybody to see. Oh, she likes the microphone. She likes that microphone. Yes, she does. Hmm. Yes, you let me get back to work? You want me to get back to work? All right, get down. Now she's gone. All right, let's see here. Oh, it's snow in your side of the country, huh? Let's see here. This is really hard. I got really used to doing it with that chat inside my software, but I will survive. Survive. Let's see here. You wrap something in heat, but minor expense to have the water ready to use and when you need it. Ideas to keep water storage from freezing in the colder climate. My rain catchment system is drawn up, but I'm gonna worry about freezing for 3 to 4 months out of the year. I used black barrels. That's what I did, and it didn't work 100%, but it does work. Also, you could possibly cover your whatever you're holding the water in insulative foam. That does work. If you're holding the water indoors, there's also, well, that really isn't going to matter, but you can actually buy these blankets for hot water heaters that will actually fit right over a 55-gallon barrel. All right, let's see here. Okay, so a little drain today, guys. Basically, it was a rough day for us here, but it is what it is. Now, one of the things that I do have queued up right now is uh, the uh, the bill. Oh, they've started. Okay, good. 9 o'clock. They're already starting speeches. We're gonna keep an eye on this, guys. Let me pop that over there.
Trump will
We're
reinstitute
going to keep an
existing
eye on
laws
this.
to protect
The
American
House opens
families
for
with peace
business
through
again at
strength.
9 a.m. this
Merry
morning.
Christmas,
Let's go
Chaplain
ahead and
Margaret
turn that
Kibben.
down. Let's
I
turn
yield
that down
back.
a bit. Dictators
For
rule of
what
God. So
purpose
they're
does the
just
gentleman
opening
from Illinois
speeches
seek
at 10
revocation
a.m.
of
this
office?
morning. The live stream we will go long today. At 10 a.m. this morning, they should start this whole
Without objection, the
progress
gentleman is
process again.
recognized for
They
1 minute.
apparently
Thank
have
you, Madam
some kind
Speaker.
of deal. I don't think it's going to work, but
Today,
we are
as in
going
every
to
day, we open
we're
the
going to
House
find
with the
out. We're
Pledge
going
of
to find
Allegiance
out.
and the words with liberty and
All right,
justice
so
for
I'm going to
all.
go ahead and mute that. And we're gonna look at some other stuffs, some other stuffs. Let's see here. Whoa, what was that about? All right, let's see here. Not here yet. None of us are supposed to get a couple inches today. Yeah, there is a system that's moving across the Northeast right now that you need to be aware of. Just an FYI. Just an FYI. Um, let's see here. Shadowcast said someone mentioned the bird flu droppings in their water catchment systems. I don't know that that's actually a real issue, to be honest with you. But it is, it's something. It is something, that is for sure. Uh, Dang, you muted it. I was standing and ready to the Pledge of Allegiance. No, they did that already. They did that already. Let's see here. All right, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I've got to get this readjusted because I'm not going to be able to focus on anything that is happening if I don't have that chat available to me. Um, uh, I got to be honest with you guys. Today is going to be a rough day. I've got some stuff to talk about. Laszlo or Lazio, Laszlo. There you go. The chat is so small. I can't freaking read it. I can't read it. It's. I am here for you guys. I'm here for you guys. And I guess let's just get focused. Let's just get focused. Having a tough time. Having a tough time. What else do we have here? Let's click on what did I have? What did I have clicked on over here? Live stream, 22 people. Okay, I guess that's good. All right, so I guess let's just get right into it. I do have once they start to vote or start to talk about stuff around 10 a.m., I will click over to that. I do have that running in the background, but I think we need to have a very serious conversation about, we've been talking about drones for about a week now. Drones are all the talk about on the YouTubes these days. We got helicopters finally following them around, keeping their safe distances, and it's just kind of mind blowing. It's kind of mind blowing because there is, man, I am just so distracted. What is this? It's not even supposed to be up. And I apologize. I apologize, but it is what's going on. So, Jason, what's going on? Let's talk about how they're not gonna let Trump in office on the 20th. Well, Jason, that's not gonna happen. He's going to be in office on the 20th, okay? Um it's a little foolish to even think that, but it's not something that's actually relevant because they can't stop him and they know it. And anybody who thinks that they can stop him is a little delirious. A little bit of maybe they got a little touch of too much cold or too much of the heat, or their brain housing group has been broken. Exactly. Someone forgot their alpha brain, man. I really do need to take that stuff. Um, no, this is. I'll be honest with you guys. This is all about the girlfriend and her cancer. We got a really bad diagnosis yesterday. We didn't tell you guys. It's stage 4. It's in her liver. She's looking at chemo for the rest of her life, every 2 weeks for the rest of her life. She's getting, we spoke to a couple of specialists, and she actually has a call into Johns Hopkins to have somebody to get a second opinion there. And so yeah, it's weighing very heavily on me. Financially, this is going to be a major draw. Um, and it's all about with medical insurance for her, it's all about how long she can work until she doesn't have medical insurance anymore because she can't work or they fire her. It's a good thing. Tomateo, good to see you, bro. Um, so it's kind of weighing heavily on me, and my brain is in kind of a cloud right now. That's why I have some things. Uh, you know, um, Bet me $1,000, Jason. Jason, don't be a moron, okay? You know, if I had $1,000 to bet you, I would. If I was on, what do you think? I make the giant YouTube monies here. Look at my subscriber count. Don't be a moron. Now, Jason, you seem to be new to the don't you seem to be new to this to the stream. So I will tell you right now, I only have one rule, and that is don't be a dick. And if you're a dick, then you're gone. It's that easy. All right. So if you're just here to play stupid games, then yeah, FOFO, brosif. You know how it works. Let's see here. Let's do this. At Jason FOFO. There you go. You've been warned. Anywho, yeah, so that's all up here. What's up, Deanna? Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see here. So um, you know what? I'm gonna go get some right now. Give me like 1 minute. 1 minute. I actually have a break button. Give me 1 minute. All right, let's see here. Got one of the my girlfriend's Prevision chewables. Guys, don't go quiet on me just because I gave you some bad news, okay? I'm here, you're here, you know. Figure if it's my time and it's your time, then it's our time. So I ordered some people. So I ordered some pizza. We'll get through this. That Prevision chewable is actually kind of tasty. There we go. Let's see. Mine got changed once. It's been a while since the screen got changed. Bradley, I smoke some stuff each and every day. Yeah, the doctor even talked about that a little bit, So, it is what it is, I mean, we don't know where we're going just yet. We don't know. We started yesterday morning, unknown. We didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know where we're going. We didn't know where the future was leading us. And then, around midday, we found out, you know, love some smoked meat. Um, you know, um, and then, as it kind of settled in and we kind of ignored it a little bit, and then as the night came, so did the tears and stuff like that. And then, and then you fall asleep and then you wake up and it's like, holy shit, it's still here, you know? How do you order people? I want some. There's an app for that. Yeah, you can order plumbers and you can order carpenters. But yeah, ordering people, it's not as difficult as people think it is. All right, let's see. I'm feeling a little better here. You guys are saying some funny stuff. I appreciate you. So we're going to get back into this. So, as usual, this is an open forum Friday, and if you decide you want to ask a question, I'll be happy to answer it. It can be prepper. It can pretty much be related to almost anything, as long as it's not ridiculous. As long as it's not ridiculous, Jason. Um, but the we've got an issue with these damn drones, okay? And people are starting to come up with their own little theories. Some of those theories are becoming national news. And one of them that came up yesterday, yeah, yeah. Have you not heard of Pizzagate? I know, right? That's scary. But let me push this button over here and see. I want to show you guys something. Some stuff is what's up, gentrification? Some stuff is starting to like appear. Thing. Um. It. Let's just get into this. All right. So, what people are starting to connect the dots. All right, and drones spotted near at least 17 military bases located next to Chinese-owned land in the U.S. If you guys remember when the Chinese started buying up all this land next to bases, we were like, "Oh my God!" And then they made it against the law. Honestly, I don't remember. If you remember, put it in the chat. And I don't remember if they actually made it against the law. I think they were trying to make it against the law for a foreign government to buy land that borders a military installation. It's crazy. Civil Defense is here. Hey, what's going on, bro? Date of the event: before Christmas, year, New Year, inauguration, nuclear. I don't know. I don't know that there's going to be an event. I don't know that there'll be an event, but and cool. Thank you for your comment. Shadow Cat, positive vibes on you and your family. Similar happened 3 years ago. Said I need a liver transplant supplements. A couple of states did. There you go. Catitude says, I know we talk about having gold and silver in preps, and you think silver 50% pieces good to have in stash, or should I trade in for silver bars? I think that you're good either way because it's silver is silver. It's just that easy. I think it actually would come down to what the person you're trying to trade with prefers. I think that's what it comes down to. Let's see here. Gentrification said, why are they flying with lights and at the correct altitude, but they can't get the remote ID? Yeah, there's some issues, and we're going to cover a bunch of the drone laws, not the boring stuff, but the stuff that you can use to analyze the situation. Um, so, it's they're putting they're connecting the dots here, and it makes you wonder if they're not going like we don't we're it's like, well, we thought of this and this doesn't make any sense, so we thought of this and this doesn't make any sense, so now we're thinking of this. Okay. And so this is actually a less detailed map. I'm going to show you guys a more detailed map out of Fox News. But let's uh let's see what is being said here. So let's go ahead and listen to this cat right here. And not muted.
So I know that
Let's try it again.
Congress is going to pursue this. I know the House Intelligence Committee is having a hearing on this. We need to identify who is behind these drones. My judgment, based on my experience, is that those that are over our military sites are adversarial and most likely are coming from the People's Republic of China.
Do you think you'll be satisfied with what you hear today?
Probably not. I think they're going to say they don't know. And that's a concern in and of itself, that if we have drones flying around military bases and we can't identify where they came from or who's responsible for them. I know there are a lot of commercial drones out there, and Secretary Mayorkas has talked about this. That's fine, but the ones flying over our military bases, by definition, I would say are adversarial. We need to know who is behind that because I believe they're spy drones. And the PRC, Chinese, Communist China, is very good at this stuff. And we know they bought land around military bases. This would be very consistent with their policy over the last couple of years.
Okay, so we're starting to connect the dots and trying to figure out what is going on because our government's not telling. Just come right out and tell us. Unfortunately, what this has turned into is another one of the. Hey, Tuck, good morning. This is turning into another China balloon. I'll give you guys the bluff, the bottom line up front. This is turning into another China balloon situation, but this is out of control. Now, West Virginia Pappy, if you're here in the chat, I've really been focused on what you really kept pushing the idea that this was happening internationally. And I actually watched a video yesterday from a former CIA guy. He's a guy with a real poofy dark hair and basically all over the big channels. And he was like, "Yeah, this is an intelligence gathering operation. It's being ran by for adversaries, and the news media is not covering enough of it, and because the administration doesn't want them to, and everything is pretty much kind of like." Hey, this is Mike, and yeah, there's a drone over there. Oh, no, we just don't know what there is. Back to you, Sally. What's in the weather? And they're doing crap like that. And so it's a serious issue. It's a serious issue because the media itself is ignoring the fact that these things are flying. So people are starting to put, good morning, Texan, good to see you. People are starting to connect the dots. So a little bit more serious now, a little bit more serious. Let me get this queued up right here and ready to go.
Welcome back now to China. At least 17 U.S. military bases near Chinese-owned farmland.
Look at that map.
Reportedly seeing a surge in drone activity and sightings in recent weeks. The sightings happening near bases in Hawaii and installations in Utah, California, Maine, and Florida. House Foreign Affairs Committee Chairman Michael McCall has been warning about the drones in focus these last couple of weeks. He says they're from China.
My judgment, based on my experience, is that the
we listened to him already.
policy
With me this week, he weighed in on this yesterday. Watch this. Are we buying drones still from DJI, a Chinese drone maker?
Oh, we're buying drones from China. There's no doubt about that. I talked to a drone maker the other day, and basically I said, why are we buying drones from China? They have better technology, Maria, than what we have that handles a lot of the technology parts like that works with different type of materials, different type of plastics. They make them cheaper, but they make them better. Our technology is way, way behind, and I guess that's the reason we're buying them from them. But again, that's something else that needs to be discussed with armed services, both the House and the Senate.
Joining me now is the Gatestone Institute Senior Fellow. He is author of Plan Red, China's Project to Destroy America. Gordon Chang back with us. Gordon, I find this stunning that we are still buying drones from China, and here we are trying to guess what the drones in the sky are that we're all talking about for the last couple of weeks. My guess is, and I've been saying this, that it is communist China. Your reaction?
It certainly is communist China for many of these drones, maybe even a majority of them. You know, the increased tempo of these drone flights against our military bases is occurring at the same time as there's increased frequency of incursions and attempted incursions of these bases by Chinese and other nationals. Really, what is occurring here is that they are preparing to attack the United States from American soil. I don't know why we need an engraved invitation from Beijing. It's clear what's going to happen. We are going to get hit, and we're not taking the necessary precautions to protect these bases and to protect the American people.
Well, I mean, there's also, a weakened situation to admit. For the longest time, General Jack Keane has been telling us on this program repeatedly for years that we are outgunned, we are outmanned when you look at our Navy versus the Chinese Navy. The Pentagon released its 2024 China Military Power Report yesterday. It found that Beijing is increasing its military pressure on Taiwan. It's ramping up its aggression in the South China Sea. It's deepening its ties with Russia, and its crackdown on military corruption may have disrupted progress toward its 2027 modernization goal. China also growing its nuclear arsenal, adding at least 100 nuclear warheads to its stockpile over the past year, with 600 plus already in the arsenal. That number could grow to over 1,000 by 2030, Gordon. And yet there's no response ever from the Biden-Harris administration to Beijing's behavior. We allowed the spy balloon to traverse the country for a week before shooting it down. Why aren't they shooting down these drones in the air if they suspect they're from China?
There's no good answer. You have base commanders, first of all, don't have the authority, and they don't have the equipment to shoot down these drones. And the Chinese are noticing this, which means they see a big vulnerability. And with those nuclear warheads, Maria, China is building up its arsenal not to deter. It already has enough warheads to deter. It's building up its arsenal so that it can coerce us and others into not doing things like defending Taiwan. They saw the way Biden reacted to Vladimir Putin's nuclear threats before the invasion of Ukraine. They saw that they worked, and the Chinese are going to do the same thing when they go after the Philippines, Japan, Taiwan, whomever.
Well, I want to look at what's happening on the ground. A Chinese man was arrested in 2023 for allegedly running a secret Chinese police station in New York City. He pled guilty yesterday to acting as an illegal foreign agent, Gordon. He's now facing 5 years in prison. He and his partner allegedly opened this police station back in 2022 to track and intimidate Chinese dissidents living in the United States. Both were caught deleting communications with an official from the Chinese Ministry of Public Security after learning that they were, in fact, under investigation. Gordon, you've been talking about this for so many years, these police stations. You first broke the news on this program years ago that Beijing had set up these police stations in America. Again, no response from Biden for years on police station. Why would we need Beijing police stations in New York City?
No, we don't. And we don't need the 7 to 9 other police stations in the United States that the New York Post and the Daily Caller have written about and reported. It's fine that they closed the New York one. I'm great that they did that, but they should be closing the other installations as well. It is just no justification for allowing the Chinese to violate our sovereignty and in many cases commit crimes against us. We're allowing consular officials and Ministry of State Security agents to commit those crimes and violate our security on our own soil.
Yep, great point. Lee Carter, jump in here.
Gordon, I am so intrigued by this whole thing. I've been talking about the drones for a while. My family is from New Jersey. I've seen the drones over my home. So many people are saying it's just not possible that these drones could be from a foreign entity, that we would know. And if they were, we would be doing something about it. How is it possible that this is happening? And what do you think is going to be different come January 20th?
Yeah. Well, some of these drones may not be Chinese, and if they're not, they're federal government drones because they're too big. They are not the drones of hobbyists. So that leads the question is, what is the federal government doing in the skies over New Jersey with such a large operation? And, there are any number of alternative explanations, but until we hear the truth from the Biden administration, we have to speculate. Yeah. As President Trump said on Monday, the federal government knows what's happening in the skies over New Jersey, but it's not telling us. And if it's not telling us, the story cannot be good. The story can be ominous, it can be whatever, but it's not good.
Well, look, also ominous is this report that China is rapidly expanding its nuclear forces, according to the Pentagon, Gordon. I didn't hear you comment about that. U.S. Defense Department reports Beijing has increased its operational nuclear warhead arsenal by 20% in a year, Gordon.
Put something in the comments you guys
Yes,
want to talk about
and
as
they're
far as
going
what
very,
I've
very
just shown you
fast
here
at
in the
this.
video. That
And
way,
as we
when
know, this
the
is not for
lag kicks in
deterrence,
after
this
this
is for
video, we'll have
coercion.
something next to talk
So
about.
they intend to engage in acts of aggression, but beforehand threaten everyone with the nuclear weapons if they don't do what the Chinese want. So
Wow.
it's very clear what's happening. The Chinese have already made these threats, especially since 2021. And in 2013, they made the most ominous threat against the U.S. to target 13 American cities.
Yeah. Feels like a big bully in the global neighborhood, that's for sure. Gordon, great to get your insights as always. Thank you, sir.
Okay, guys. So, there seem to be massive connections here between, the land that is around this explain, where they're coming from. It's like drones just appear. Oh, by the way, they've got to take off and land someplace. Where are these drones going? You know what I'm saying? Bob, good morning, my friend. Um, and it's that's what makes it so ominous. It's like where are they coming from? I mean, literally, like what garage are they being pulled out of? Where where are they landing? Are they just crash landing in the ocean? I mean, this has been happening for so long. Someone has to have seen where they come from and where they're going. And if the government knows what's happening, unfortunately, we have to wonder if it's not our government itself that is allowing this to happen. It's either the government doing it with drones that I've never seen before, um, or it's another government that's doing it that we're allowing to do it. It doesn't make any sense. And I literally was just sitting here thinking to myself that you know this is almost like the frog in the boiling water analogy. you know, um, where either our government is getting us used to it or a foreign government is getting us used to it. Texan says a ship off the coast. That one right there, that one's actually been debunked. That ship is still in port. It disappeared for a little while, but it's actually in the Persian Gulf right now. They've already found it. Allegedly. Obviously, I don't have a geosynchronous satellite that I can just lock onto and find ships with. But that is what has been reported so far in the news. Um, let's see here. Bradley says they have to build military grade because they are hovering for much longer than a civilian drone would. Yeah, well, it's all about power. Larger devices can carry more weight, and with the lithium ion battery technology, batteries being so light, you can put a lot of those suckers on a large drone, and it's it is something. Shipping container ship. Yeah, it could be a container ship that's floating off the coast or just anchored off the coast. You're right. It could be a shipping container ship. Um, but once again, if our government really, it's like how is how how is the redneck Navy not going out and finding these damn ships? You know what I'm saying? How is this not happening? So it's once again, we're still kind of in the dark. We're kind of left, making assumptions, speculating as to what the hell is going on here. It's kind of wild. It's kind of wild because it's like you just want to know. I mean, they haven't done anything. I think the big worry is that one of these things is going to fall through somebody's house. And there are like FAA rules. Somebody actually said like, and it may have actually been right here in the chat. How is it that they're flying at the exact altitude that they're supposed to be flying at? If what is it? That the regulations require. Um, and it's interesting because there's lots of information out there, but there's also like maybe, but let's check this out real quick. I'm gonna push the play button on this one right here to answer a few questions for you guys, to give you an idea of what we're talking about. Could have been a subsurfacing at night to launch drones. I mean, that's a possibility. That's a possibility. Once again, going back to, um, the government knows what's happening. Kind of interesting. But that sub would have had to get through all of our sensor buoys that are out there and our subsurface sensors that actually surround the coast of the United States. All right, let me push this button right here. They have a photo of one crashed on a highway. Yeah, I've seen that, Texan. That was actually, they're trying to refer that one to the same kind that the Iranians make. But once again, where are they going when they're done? You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Bradley. I appreciate you, bro. But where are they going afterwards? And I mean, they can, the ship can only hold so many drones. A container ship can only hold so many drones. I mean, are they literally like, is this fire and forget? Is that how this technology is working? And then we have to really look at like the kind of technology that our adversaries have. The Chinese are extremely adept to surveillance, whereas the Iranians probably not so much. Let's see here. New Jersey closed their airspace, yet drones orbs flew at night last night. Aliens apparently didn't get the NOTAM. I know, right? I know, right? That's why this is all mixed up. And this could be a situation of like the aliens are like, "Hey guys, we got to get over here. Something's about to go down on Earth. You know, get in your orbs and come on over here, man. Let's see what the hell's going on." And then you got like a drone followed by an orb followed by a helicopter. It's like the blind leading the blind. But let's get educated real quick here so that we're educated. This is an educational channel, by the way, if you guys didn't know that. So here we go.
Hey, it's Ken here with UAV Coach. Welcome back to our Can I Fly My Drone series. This week, we're going to answer the question, can I fly my drone near a military base? So let's jump in. To begin with, let's talk about how the FAA categorizes military bases. Military bases in the United States are designated as Department of Defense National Security Sensitive Facilities and are covered by security sensitive airspace restrictions. These restrictions also apply to national landmarks like the Statue of Liberty and certain critical infrastructure such as nuclear power plants. In airspace apps like Air Control by Aloft or Autopilot, the airspace over military bases will be shown as DoD NSUFR, which means Department of Defense National Security UAS Flight Restrictions. NSUFRs or NSERFs cover sensitive security locations, usually belonging to the Department of Energy or Department of Defense, and they'll be shown in red on the airspace map. Per the FAA, operations are prohibited from the ground up to 400 feet AGL and applied to all types and purposes of UAS flight operations. Now, NSERFs are a little different than special use airspace prohibited areas shown on aeronautical charts. Prohibited areas on aeronautical charts contain airspace of defined dimensions within which the flight of aircraft is prohibited, and they're shown on the chart as large capital characters starting with a P followed by a number. For example, P40 is the area around Camp David in Maryland. As you'll see in airspace apps like Air Control, military bases are shown as NSERFs, which are restrictions. They will normally list an airspace manager's contact information and contain the words, "No person may operate a small unmanned aircraft in restricted airspace unless that person has permission from the appropriate authority." Individuals violating any of these restrictions may be subject to FAA and or law enforcement action. You'll notice that the area around the military base may have grids with 100, 200, 300, or 400, similar to Class B, C, D, or E airport areas, seemingly allowing you to get LANC approval for these areas. However, you'll also notice that the airspace information section will state LANC inactive under the UAS facility map item. This is because automated LANC will not work in this area, and you must obtain airspace authorization through the FAA's Drone Zone website. So can you fly your drone near a military base? Well, possibly near it, but doubtfully over it. The area over a military base is a Department of Defense national security sensitive area, and the area outside of that will normally be some form of controlled airspace that will not allow automated lance approval. Your pro tip is that if it's not a necessity, I would just avoid military bases altogether. If it is a necessity, you should be prepared to explain how you will safely operate your drone in the airspace around the base and plan ahead. These types of approvals can take quite some time, and you may have to correspond back and forth to answer specific questions. Keep in mind that near a military base, the concern is not just airspace and human safety, but also national security, so you should be ready to address those items in your request. Let us know in the comments if you've had experience with requesting authorization near a military base, and if you have a "Can I fly my drone" question, so that we can cover it in a few.
Okay, so we're going to go to the chat here real quick. Obviously, I wanted to make sure people understood, some of the requirements to fly drones. I actually do fly drones. I'm currently grounded right now. I got a drone some months ago, and I'm kind of waiting for Christmas to get my new drone. We'll see what happens. Anywho, so there's a lot of issues there are a lot of issues that surround the use of these drones. Okay. From the legal standpoint, you're not supposed to fly above 400 feet. But sometimes that happens for different reasons. And apparently, all these drones are just right up there around somewhere between 200 and 400 feet. You're not supposed to fly near military installations, and somehow they're doing this. Um, the drones that are over a certain weight, which is actually kind of like super, super lightweight, in my opinion. They're supposed to be registered and actually have like a recovery number on them. Um, and so that the FAA can actually like ping them, you know what I'm saying? And see what's up there. The These don't appear to have that, or they do, and the FAA isn't playing the game. Um, who's leaving? Where's somebody going? It's illegal to shoot down a drone, even your own. Yes, it is. It is. It's illegal to shoot it down. Um, Got to hear, where are we at here? Or here, Papper. When the technology is more advanced, I'm back. My VA appointment ran longer than I thought. Gotcha, Bullseye. These drones have gotten ridiculous. Going to put y'all in one ear. Time for the first meeting. There's such a waste of time. A lot of them. Have a great day. It's like Bradley and his damn meetings. I want the drone with a flamethrower. It's called the Wasp. Yeah, I've seen that one. I've seen that. That was actually kind of interesting. Um, but there's a lot of variables that are um, that these drones have to drone pilots have to comply with. And we're not even talking about guys that are like what is it, Part 107, 104 certified. You're not even like an official pilot. You're just a civilian drone operator. You're just having fun in the skies with your drone. So this all comes back to where the hell are they coming from, and where are they going to, which is the key reason they fly at night. You don't know where they're coming from, and you don't know where they're going to. Forget the fact that they're flying over your damn house. You know what I'm saying? Um, Forget all that. Forget that there's the knowing of unknowing. You know what I'm saying? Wondering what the hell is going on. Like, where did they come from and where are they going? And the full hat crow. Good to see you, bro. Make sure you hit that support. Make sure you hit that. You're new. Welcome. Hit that subscribe button. It's what do they want? Absolutely. What do they want? It's kind of mind-blowing. What are they doing here? we these are questions that people are often asking. It's like, what is the purpose? We just want to know. Once again, we go back to that. If it's aliens, it's like, a person is logical, can think their way through it, can understand it. But as people are crazy, erratic, a knee jerk, they go wacko as a group. It's just like, what is going on? Let's see here. Bullseye says, I'm gonna train the local crows to attack the drones in exchange for Cheerios. There you go. That's a plan, man. Gentrification said, if they had remote ID, they can track them. It's how they show up at your house. I know exactly, exactly. If the drone's over, I think it's like 55. I want to say it's 55 grams, but that's probably not right. Then it has to have a remote ID. It's got to be registered when you buy it. And a lot of the software that you use to fly these drones won't even let you fly it until it is registered. Let's see here. Someone knows the range of control on them to set up a radius. There you go. It's funny too because you could if you had a scanner, you could actually probably find the transmitter for this thing. Um, let's see here. They're too fast to track with military. Are they too fast to track with military radar? No, they're not. The problem is they're low. Anything below 500 feet, a lot of radars. Radars have the line of sight issue, just like every other piece of radio equipment, but or radiation emitting equipment, should I say? Um, but once you get above 500 feet, then they can really like sense that you're there. The radars that we use here in the United States to control our airspace are not what one would consider a tactical radar. They're more for tracking up above, and they actually kind of the system actually depends more on your oh, what is it? Help me out in the chat, guys. It's the little box that's in your plane that says that tells people who you are, and they can track you with it. It's not ident. My brain is not working. It's not working. But yeah, it's an issue. I'm starting to lean more towards the whole China thing because and now it's not a black box gentrification. It's called something else. It's basically like a beacon, is what it is. But it has your registration in it. Transponder. Thank you very much, JKR. Thank you, and good morning. Uh, um, Yeah, let's see. It's possible the drones run pre-programmed mission profiles rather than being under direct user control. Yes, and that is actually smarter. That's actually smarter. The worry is that some of these drones have some AI in them. That's the worry. Because when that drone crashed, there was like 10 other drones that just kind of mysteriously came out of nowhere. And so I watched I watched too much air disasters. Well, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. All right, guys, we've reached that time in the show. I know I'm not too motivated. Maybe you can help motivate me. Which one do I got here? Which one is that? Blake? Here. Ah. Worm. That's the cat's name. He's like all about, hey, I love you. And then when you try to grab him, he's like, I'm out of here. He's a tricky one. He looks just like a Prepper cat, except for he's poofy. He's got long hair. Nope, he's in the hallways. He's gonna be a cat. He's gonna ignore me. All right. So once again, guys, I'm not motivated, so motivate me. Time for the hat. Time for the hat. It depends on how many ones I see. If you love your country, not your government, because we're gonna watch some of that in about 15 minutes. If you love your country, put a number one in the chat. And we're going to drink some coffee. I'm going to talk some smack, and we're going to check out and see if they have decided to do something about funding our government. Let's see here. The time for I think I see enough ones. I think I see enough ones. All right. So, which one do you want? Do you want the tinfoil helmet? Do you want the Spartan helmet, or do you want the feathers on the side of the helmet? Let's check out this house thing. What's going on? The house is in recess, subject to the call of the chair right now. Turn the volume all the way up just in case they come back while we're not paying accessories. This is Sparta. We can do another one. The one from Catitude. I don't remember which one she's. Oh, wait, no. Catitude sent me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the one Catitude sent me. Pretty sure that's it. It's really difficult to take a man serious when he puts on these stupid helmets. It's one of the reasons I don't dress up for Halloween. It's a little crazy. It's a little crazy. Okay. And then let's see, what are we at here? Oh, don't blow your computer up. There we go. And then what is it? This is Sparta. Something like that. You like the Spartan helmet? You got to be like, that's a screenshot right there. If there ever was one, it's like my motorcycle Spartan helmet. We love you in accessories. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Let me put the classic back on. Everybody seemed to love that one. There we go. We got the classic. It's all. I don't know what happened to my other helmet. I really don't. And you know what's really messed up too is I actually have a German helmet that I was going to make a tinfoil hat helmet, but the more I looked at it, the more I was like, I'm not doing that. That's something else. That is something else. All right, so we're gonna take this off. We're edging up on we are edging up on 10 a.m., which is when they're supposed to do some stuff. My girl, classic. Did girlfriend hide it? Not that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of. Let's see here. Can you control drones with that hat? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I gotta fix my keyboard. I smacked it and I broke it. You know what? I'm gonna try and go without this little thing. I don't know if I could do that or not because it's kind of a thing that I enjoy, but I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. All right, so what do we got here? Oh, there's a delay there. There's a big delay. All right, so we got all that out of there. We're waiting on our Congress to come back online, and so I do have. I wanted to show you guys something more information on this Chinese stuff, guy. I'll be right back. I don't know. Okay. So this is actually what they were alluding to. The New York man pleads guilty to running Chinese police station in Manhattan. Um, New York man, can I make that bigger? I can. There it is. A New York man has pled guilty to running an undeclared police station for the Chinese government in Lower Manhattan, more than a year after the U.S. Department unveils efforts to disrupting Beijing's effort to locate and suppress Chinese American pro-democracy activists. He pled guilty on Wednesday to conspiracy to act as an agent of the government of the People's Republic of China in connection with opening and operating an overseas police station for the PRC's Ministry of Public Security, or MPS. He pled guilty for acting as an illegal agent. Faces 5 years in prison when he is sentenced next year. And the U.S. attorney said that he was part of a transitional repression scheme, or I'm sorry, a transnational repression scheme to establish a secret police station in the middle of New York City on behalf of the National Police Force of the People's Republic of China. He added that the prosecutors had made it a priority to counteract the malign activities of foreign governments that violate our nation's sovereignty by targeting local uh, uh, dis, 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 diaspora communities in the United States. Anyway, FBI Assistant Director in charge said that he admitted to his role in establishing the illegal police station that had been opened to further the nefarious and repressive aims of the PRC in direct violation of American sovereignty. Officials said that while the secret police station did perform some basic services, such as helping Chinese citizens renew their Chinese driver's license, it also served a more sinister function, including the help the Chinese government locate a pro-democracy activity of Chinese descent living in California. And so they had these damn police stations. Let me see here. I've got it written down. Police stations. In April 2023, the media reported 7 total stations in the United States, 2 in New York, 2 in California, 1 in Minnesota, 1 in Nebraska, and 1 in Texas. All the other ones are still open as far as people know. And it's like, why is this why is this being allowed to happen? You know, we keep why is this being allowed to happen? There's no logical American justification for things like this to continue to happen. It makes no sense whatsoever. Um, and so the people that are asking the questions should also be providing the answers as well, in my opinion, because we're asking questions, the government's asking questions, but there's no answers being provided. The whole it's an ongoing investigation thing doesn't work anymore, and it's one of the reasons that senators have stopped doing it. Ask Feinstein. There you go. Diaspora. Let's see here. Tuck says completely unrelated. If you're trying to choose between 2.5 millimeter and 3 millimeter uh, shock control for shoelaces, go with the 3 mil. What in the hell, Tuck? What in? Oh, let's see. Looks like Hager the horrible special cousin. There you go. Why do you need to worry about renewal of Chinese driver's license? Well, if you have a driver's license in another country and you're visiting this country, we accept that and allow you to rent cars and drive with that foreign driver's license. There are certain countries that we don't, but many of the main countries we do. So if you came over from Germany, you could rent a car here and you could drive in America. That kind of thing. So a lot of these people are maintaining their Chinese driver's licenses so that they can continue with that citizenship in China, but they're spending more and more time here. I personally think it's a front and that we need to be paying more attention to it. But once again, we still have 6 of these police stations that we need to close down. And if we don't, then shame on us. 100% shame on us. So it's a little just I don't know, man. I don't know. Um, I'm trying to read. I can't read on my board what that looks like. Subscriber RTB RECC status. That's right. Okay, good. All right. Let's see here. They're still. I'm looking at the house is still live, but there's still nobody coming to the floor yet. They still have 5 minutes. I don't know how long, they have a track record of just kind of taking their sweet ass time to do everything. Um, that is not a window that I need. And there was actually a report that was done by the Center for Human Rights, and it's titled "Chinese Police Station in the United States Designing an Effective Response," and it's actually pretty detailed stuff. But I don't think I'm going to waste my time reading that to you guys. It's just a little crazy. It's just a little ridiculous, if you know what I mean. Let's close that out. Microsoft Word, we're going to close that out. We're going to close that out. So now we're just kind of waiting for the house to come back. Um, let's see here. That's what embassies are. Exactly. That's what embassies are for. They were the whole thing is suspect. It's like they opened it under the idea that they were going to be aiding Chinese people, this, that, and the other thing. Let's go. I'm gonna go to YouTube. Maybe we can find something going on in the background. There's lots of other channels that cover these things, but with the official uh, U.S. House website, they put everything on. They put everything in pause. They do everything but play elevator music. U.S. House live. All right, let's see here. No, that's from last night. That is not what I want. I want mother, mother. Almost did it. Almost did it. Um, top headlines. No, no, no. That guy's that's PBS looking at the same thing we're looking at. Let's see. Top headlines. New York official provide help during the holidays. Amazon strike. I didn't know there was an Amazon strike until yesterday. That was kind of weird because it's like all the packages are still showing up. They say um, it's not going to affect the holidays. It's not going to affect the company at all, the strike that's going on with Amazon. But it's like, you guys picked the wrong time to do this because you literally just proved that the people that are out there on the picket line are not essential. That Amazon doesn't need you. It's just not smart. It's not smart. So yeah, there's that. There is that. We got Bloomberg, finance, earnings, investments. Um, I know the market is not doing great. It has not been doing great for the last few years. If you guys do stuff in the market, put something in the chat for me. But the market has not been doing super great. You know, I'm going to fire up Bloomberg here and see what they've got to say. I don't know if these are just indexes or what they're doing. Latitude. Okay. Now, you know what we're going to do? We're going to mute that. We're going to mute that, and then we're going to make it bigger. And then we're going to push this button here so that you guys can see more than just what I'm talking about. This is actually Bloomberg. The markets are open right now, so it looks like a couple of them are down. But I think that there's a lot of stuff that has a lot of stuff. You know, Texas says, with what's happening now, it is close to the book Monroe Doctrine. Oh, really? Ah, that's interesting. That's just why is my chat not transferring over to, let me check something, guys. Main scene. Oh, the main scene's there. Let's go to the chat. It's not like I haven't used this thing, and I don't understand why the chat is not populating over here. Guys, put a bunch of stuff in the chat for me real quick so we can see this thing, if this chat box is actually working over here. Appreciate the help up front. I'm trying to keep the stream alive long enough to get to the house actually doing something, because right now, if they're going to be late as usual, then what if you don't want a bunch of stuff? Comments randomly. Perfect. Exactly what I needed to see, guys. Deanna, thank you very much. Stuff. It's like, just found out they made a bobblehead of Trump when he got shot in the ear. Wow. Who knew? Over 100 secret Chinese police stations worldwide. I believe that, Cindy. I believe that. Like trying to figure out why New Jersey, of all places for drone invasion. There is a if you ever hear the term naval weapons station, there's a good chance that there are nuclear weapons inside of it. It's where they store them. It's where they store them for transportation to the ports. There's a couple of ports that are actually on the coast, but most of the time, naval weapons stations are not located on the port itself. Top news from CBS now. Let's see here.
Deborah Rodriguez. Lawmakers in Washington have a busy day ahead as the nation inches closer to a government shutdown at midnight with no new spending plan in place. Reporters caught up with House Speaker Mike Johnson last hour.
Is there going to be a different bill on the floor today?
Are you going to vote today? Yeah, we're expecting votes this morning, so y'all stay tuned. We got a plan.
You've reached a new agreement?
We'll see.
Last night, lawmakers rejected a package approved by President-elect Trump. Correspondent Scott McFarlane is on Capitol Hill.
No matter what you want to do, no matter what the plan, like it, love it, you need dozens of Democrats and dozens of Republicans to get on board. So one party coming up with something they like is never going to be sufficient.
As we head into the holiday weekend, winter weather is slowing travelers down, but not everyone's complaining.
The first big snowfall of the season has hit much of the upper Midwest. Tom Morton was out enjoying it in Minneapolis with his black lab puppy.
Constantly running around in circles, absolutely loving it. It kind of brings you back to being a kid yourself, running out there and wanting to go sledding and whatnot. It's kind of where it brought it back to right away.
Snow advisories are posted today for parts of Michigan, western New York, and the southern Appalachian Mountains. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
Correspondent Chris Van Cleve is monitoring air travel from SeaTac International.
Folks getting a very early start here in Seattle. It's going to be one of the busiest days of this travel period. The TSA expects about 2.8 million people to pass through airport checkpoints. But there is weather going on, so we are watching for the potential of delays, even in San Diego and Los Angeles, Chicago, and then from Philadelphia all the way north to Boston.
One of the Fed's key inflation gauges was up just a touch last month. It rose at a lower than expected rate of 2.4%. Business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
Although the Federal Reserve has made great progress in bringing the inflation rate below 3%, getting from 3 to the Fed's 2% target remains elusive.
Starbucks customers in several cities are being forced to skip their iced sugar cookie lattes this morning. CBS's Stacey Lynn.
Workers in LA, Chicago, and Seattle are walking off the job after stalled talks over pay and other benefits. The strikes are expected to expand through Christmas Eve, with hundreds of locations across the country joining.
Paul and Ringo were back together again in
so
London.
When they're on the TVs, that's actually where they're sitting. It's pretty
McCartney brought his former Beatles bandmate onto the stage to play during his gig at O2 Arena last night. Rolling Stones guitarist Ronnie Wood joined them too. It was the last stop on 82-year-old Sir Paul's Get Back tour. The Dow down 8. This is CBS News.
Growth in USS Constitution Special Warfare Groups. Gotcha. Waiting, I don't know. You've got nuclear weapons all over this country. People don't know about just saying I'm not talking about even nuclear power plants. People don't know about. Oh yeah, you know there's dual sound muffles your voice. I gotcha. So it's a little loud. I gotcha. So we turn that down right there. Actually, let me turn. Yeah, no, I can turn it down here. Thank you. There you go. Video audio is louder than you. I got you. I fixed that. I don't normally talk over the video audio, to be honest with you, but I just started rumbling since I'm literally just trying to keep the stream going right now so that we can get to the other one, so I don't have to start a new stream to cover that. It's getting harder, man. It's getting harder. It's getting harder by the second. That's why Trump said, "Tell the people the truth." Exactly. You know, the funny thing is
40-year-old skiing champ Lindsey Vonn makes her comeback even more. Tomorrow.
The funny thing is that if they don't do it, Trump's going to do it because it's going to do nothing but strengthen his agenda. You know, you know, when you work in government long enough, like I said, you see how the sausage is made, and you stop eating the sausage. You either do or you don't. But the truth is there's things that people know in the government that we don't need to know. You know, there's a lot to be said for maintaining, not control, but maintaining
Sources tell People
calm,
magazine King
maintaining
Charles will continue
peace,
cancer
maintaining
treatment into
the
the new
peace.
year. The outlet says
And if
aides
you
have
knew some of
signaled
the stuff that has happened in
76-year-old
our
monarch has
country
been
over the
under
years
medical
that
care since his
isn't on YouTube,
diagnosis
that
almost a
didn't
year
show up
ago.
on,
Deborah
you know,
CBS News.
on the History Channel 50 years later, it would kind of blow your mind. It would kind of blow your mind. So, all right, let's see here.
Performance has been a U.S. corporate high yield.
Are the companies lean enough? Have they trimmed all the fat?
Comments randomly more.
Business is a really cyclical.
Remember the time I saw, first time I saw that base, Ian, I was like, how do they get the boats downstream from the two dams south of it?
The window between the peak
I got you.
and cut
Yeah, I mean, it's a thing.
super fast.
It's a thing.
With Alex Steele and Paul Sweeney on Bloomberg Radio.
All right, good Friday morning from the Bloomberg Interactive Broker Studio in New York City to our worldwide audience. We're also streaming live on YouTube.
Yeah, see, that's them in the studio
she
there.
bailed on me after 3 hours of radio. Apparently, she has to do some TV show. Not too worried because Norma Linda, Bloomberg News, she's our markets person.
All right.
We've roped her in here for the next.
All right, guys. So you know, like I said, I was just trying to keep the stream going here. Let me check. You know, they're still dragging their feet there. Maybe I'll go live again if they decide to, you know, pull their head out of their proverbial butts and do things on time like they said they would. I don't know. They're probably still arguing over, you know, who's getting what, and just the ridiculous stuff is probably what they're arguing about. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Yeah, see that this chat did the same thing. The chat is basically gone. Like if it's so many things wrong today. I'm gonna have to fix it this weekend. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and call it right here. As usual, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up on your way out the door. If you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I will be back here on Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern. As usual, guys, if you want to support the channel, you know how to do it. There's links in the description. Stay safe. Have a great weekend, and I shall see you when I see you. Bye-bye.